Years and years in this exile tested our family in a way only the family can appreciate. It was not easy. But all the time, when he was away, either in detention or in exile, I knew he would always come back. This time, I'll have to join him wherever he has gone, because he'll never come back. But the spirit lives on. When I first met Raila, some 54 years ago, I didn't see his political side. I didn't see it coming either. He was not a politician in any form. I knew his father was, but him was different. And with my friends, then I was at the University of Nairobi, we were young, idealistic ladies who swore not to marry. We swore to marry calm, professional men, not those who give to the loudness of politics. I swore we had no time for the people who are doing political science, the lawyers, and so forth. We didn't know what was coming. In my group, and they know them, the group of the sisters who are with at the University of Nairobi, people like Leo Duol, Gladys Okoth, Deborah Kiai, and so forth. You know you well, very well. Out of my group, I was the first one to marry. I married an engineer, a man of calm demeanor and reflective character. They all congratulated me because of that. Little did I know I was marrying a political engineer who would proceed to make engineering of Kenya his lifelong project. I didn't know. From the turn of events, I came to understand firsthand that they mean, I came to understand firsthand the meaning of still waters runs deep. He was a calm person, but as we lived, I realized he was a deep thinker of a different kind. From this turn of events, I come to understand firsthand that Raila was not just an ordinary engineer, but a political engineer. I evolved, adapted, and handled challenges that came my way, courtesy of being Raila Odinga's wife. And those challenges were many. I know if the spouses of these politicians down here, they'll tell you the challenges are many and not easy to cope with. I learned that if you're a spouse or politician, inherit his friends, but don't inherit his enemies. Why do I say this? Because you'll be standing there, you'll be sitting there at home, thinking so-and-so is an enemy of my friend, my husband, because he belongs to a different political party or he comes from a different area. I tell you, you will be wrong. Don't inherit in his enemies, because tomorrow you'll find that those people that you thought were his enemies are his best friends, and you'll be left out. Be careful when you are handling his friends. Inherit his friends, but his enemies, let him deal with them the way he made them. After going through it all, I had a chance to marry. If I had a chance to marry him, I would marry him again. I would be happy to do it. But this time, I would marry him knowing I'm marrying a politician, not just an engineer only. But Raila never really stopped being a production engineer. It has been said, but he also practiced it. He started the East Africa Spectre, the company that manufacturing gas cylinders, and that is thriving in that. Those who are working for East Africa Spectre, please try to keep up his legacy of making it a real big industry that Raila intended it to be. Raila was always disturbed by the fact that Kenya was not moving as fast as he expected. At the turn of independence, Kenya was at par with countries like South Korea, with countries like Thailand. I think we're even ahead of many other large countries. But these countries have moved very fast. They've moved very fast to be first world countries. Kenya, we are still dragging a little. This thing can be changed. I've traveled in many countries. In 1995, during the International Women's Decade that was in Beijing, we went to Beijing, the women of the world went to Beijing, and what I noticed that the tallest, and it was a hotel. I also noticed, that's me, that many of the people who are working in Beijing, the Chinese, they were wearing what we call overalls, the things that industrialists wear in the factory. They were either yellow, red, blue, green, or any other. And everybody was moving in a rickshaw. Go to Beijing today, you can see a different world. It can be done. Even in Kenya, we can change it. With hard work, determination, focus, we can change our country. And as I'm talking here, I know we have leaders here. Please focus in changing the country. Let's not seek leadership to enrich ourselves. Let's not seek leadership to acquire wealth for ourselves, but acquire wealth for Kenya and acquire wealth for our generation to come. In the name of Raila, I appeal that we focus on national wealth instead of personal wealth. I appeal that we work on quality education, education that will lead us to be people that God made us to be. I appeal that we have our nation in order, correct our health institutions so that it gives us the kind of life that we need to live. There are many others. Dear Kenyans, today I surrender Raila to friends, family, and patriots who went ahead of him. I surrender Raila to eternity, and I surrender Raila to all the ages. I know he's comfortable where he is. I know he deserves to be in the company where he is. And I pray that when my time comes, I'll join him there in heaven realms. Fare thee well, my dear husband. Fare thee, Jane. father of our children, fare you well, the friends of many. If you were to start again, I would be there with you. Thank you, and may God bless you all for being here.
Your Excellencies, fellow mourners, we have given the family ample time to eulogize and pay tribute to our departed leader. I want to request that the speakers that will come from now to focus on the occasion of today and be very brief, and other than perhaps the president and the retired president and President Obasanjo, everyone else, no one should speak for more than 3 minutes. Otherwise, we'll be here until night. I want to urge us respectively to dignify the day by being brief and to the point. I want to request Honorable Millie Odhiambo to come and read out in acknowledgement all the names of the members of parliament present and say a few things before, after she finishes, so that I don't keep on coming here. We will have Senator Ledama Olekina. Both the two of them are the minority whips. Senator Olekina will come and introduce the senators.
Your Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, all the dignitaries here, Mama Ida, the small family of Baba, and the larger family of Baba, including the international family, I greet you in the name of our Lord God Jesus Christ. Your Excellency, my task is very little. As you know, sometimes I am called a bad girl. But for the sake of Baba today, when we are sending Baba, a man I respect and to whom I owe my political career to, I will be a good girl. Thank you very much. I told you I'll be a good girl and I do what I'm told. So before I go on to introduce the members of parliament, because that's how good I'm going to be, I'll request Honorable Dr. Ida Odinga to please join us back on stage. Karibu Mama and Pole Sana. We are with you.
These things, some things start early. When I was speaking here, I'm being reminded that I did not introduce the grandchildren. Raila had grandchildren. The ones who are here, we start with Safi.
Hello, everybody. Oh, okay. I have a short speech. So so I will say my short speech for everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good today. Thank you all for coming to have us mourn my grandfather. Today I stand before you not only as a Kenyan mourning the loss of a national icon, but a grandchild mourning the loss of our grandfather, the Right Honorable Raila Amollo Odinga. While the world might remember him as the people's president, a political giant, a freedom fighter, I will always remember him as a man of quiet strength, fierce love, and unshakable purpose, my babu, my hero. It is very hard to say goodbye to somebody, especially when you thought that person was immortal. I think of this situation as the ending of a great TV show. Like movie critics, we should focus not only on the ending, but what made the ending so impactful. The patient listener, a gentle teacher, the grandfather who never let the weight of the world stop him from showing up for all his family members, laughing with wisdom and with patience. When I was in school, I was part of a play. I wasn't the main character. I wasn't even a side character. I was a mere backup singer. I remember telling my grandfather how great I was, how happy I was to be in this play, and how I couldn't bear being in it. And I remember telling him. And I remember the morning of they were getting ready, they marked it for a chopper. My grandfather had managed to make it to my event. This is to show the type of person he was. No matter how big or small the achievement, he would always make sure to be there and make it known how proud of you he was. He had a way of making you feel like you were the most important person in the room. As I stand here looking at your casket, I'm not afraid to admit that my next achievement will be 10 times heavier, knowing that one of my biggest cheerleaders is no more. So today, as we bid him farewell, we are not just burying a man, we are burying a legend. And I want to say this especially to my Kenyan people. We are the legacy. If you ever doubted your voice, doubted that you mattered, remember him. If you ever felt too small to make a difference, remember him. Remember, he was not born a legend. He became one by showing up, by speaking up and refusing to sit down and be silent when it was easier. I use my time to keep this legacy alive and remind the nation that not only was there so much greatness in him, but there's as much greatness in you as well. To quote him, you can only live once, but if you live it right, once is enough. Joey! 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 Thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm Safi. And I go to school in the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I now use this opportunity to introduce my other cousins. Come on.
Hello, everybody. My name is Odinga. I stand here before you not just as a young Kenyan, but as a proud granddaughter of the now late Honorable Raila Amollo Odinga. To the world, he's a statesman, a leader, a freedom fighter, a symbol of Kenya's struggles for democracy and justice. But to me, he's always been more than the headlines, crowns, or politics. To me, he's my grandfather, a warm, wise. He was always warm, wise, and always full of stories, laughter, and love. Some of my earliest memories of my grandpa are sitting beside his side, listening to all the stories he told me about our country, about where we've come from, and about why he chose to fight, and about Kenya. And I really miss him, and I still can't believe this is happening. Rest in peace, Baba.
There's also Alai Raila Odinga, who unfortunately is not here with us. But As soon as he arrives, he will be able to speak for himself. Now we have Safi and Senai. These are children of Rosemary. Alai is a son of my late son, Fidel Castro Odinga. He's the one who is not here with us today. But yeah, it's live. Then we have Lion Amollo Odinga and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. The two boys are the sons of Junior. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Now you know who the Odingas are. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Sorry, good girls.
Thank you, Mama. Now we can say Baba has gone. There are many people who have taken after Baba in that family. Because Baba held our hands, Mama, we will also hold your hand. And we will hold the hands of Winnie, we will hold the hands of Rosemary, and we will hold the hands of Junior. I would like to request the members of the National Assembly who are here to be upstanding. Rene Mayaka, you will help me from where you are. If I forget anybody, I've declared. You, my assistant. And if I call you, you sit down so that if I don't call you, I will know who I've not called. And if I don't call you, please, I don't have anything against you. Even though at heart I'm Gen Z, there's a disease that has caught up with me of late. It's called menopause. So we are led by Honorable Moses Wetangula as a speaker. He is not standing. And I would want to acknowledge the area member of parliament, Honorable Gideon Ochanda. I want to acknowledge the woman representative of this area, Honorable Dr. Christine Ombaka. The rest I'll call you very quickly, but I know Kimani and Junette will have a chance, parliamentary leadership, but I'll just acknowledge you. Honorable Kimani Ichungwa, Honorable Junette Mohammed, Honorable Owen Baya, and Honorable Mark Mwenje. Those are in the leadership. I wish to acknowledge Honorable Peter Kaluma, Honorable Rashid Bedzimba, Honorable Rachel Ameso, former member of parliament but also PSC commissioner, Honorable Martin Owino Wood Chief, Honorable Farah Maalim, Honorable George Aladwa, Honorable Adipo Kwame, the tallest man in parliament, Honorable Mugabe Innocent, Honorable Otiende Amollo Daktari, and I want to thank you so much for the work you have done in the committee. Honorable Tom Odege, Honorable TJ Kajwang, Honorable Nabi Nabwera, Honorable Elisha Odhiambo, Honorable Gertrude Mbeyu, Honorable Felix Jalango, aka Jalas, Honorable John Ariko, Honorable Fatuma Mohammed Full Network, Honorable Rosa Buyu Dwase, Honorable Eve Akinyo Bara, Honorable Beatrice Elachi, Honorable Esther Pasaris, Honorable Irene Mayaka, Honorable Babu Owino, Honorable Naika Johnson, Honorable Oku Kaunya, Honorable Samuel Atandi, Chair of Budget, Honorable Shakil Shabir, Honorable Oyula, Honorable Mark Nyamita, Honorable Aduma Uwar, Honorable Joshua Ngeno, Honorable Tindi Mwale, Honorable Buddy Twalib, Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo, Honorable Jared Okello, Honorable Koyo Wura, Honorable Mishi Mboko, who is also a PSC Commissioner, Honorable Paul Abuor, myself, Emilio Diambo, of course, Honorable Chonga, Honorable Raphael Wanjala, Honorable Dixon Maungu, Honorable Dr. James Nyikal, who is also the chairman of Dual, Honorable Oscar Nabulindo, Honorable Peter Masara, Honorable Jen Kagiri, Honorable Mark Mwenje, Honorable Manduku, Honorable Rehab Mukami, Honorable Doris Donya, Honorable Lillian Sioi, Honorable Sabina Chege, Honorable Irene Njoki, Honorable Geoffrey Odanga, Honorable Caleb Amisi, Honorable Naisula Lesuda, Honorable Joyce Bensuda Osogo, Honorable Wilberforce Oundo, Honorable Carido Daniel, Honorable David Ochieng, Honorable Joyce Kamene, Honorable Amina Mohammed, Honorable Fatuma Masito, Honorable Zamza Mohammed, Honorable Beatrice Adagala, Honorable Elsie Muhanda, Honorable Hussein Weitan, Honorable Umi Harun, Honorable Mogaka Stephen, Honorable Zambia, Honorable Mawade, Honorable Stephen Mule, Honorable Caroline Geleche, Honorable George Kariuki, Honorable Jale Rokelo, Honorable Steve Mogaka, Honorable Cynthia Muge, Honorable Dalian Karido, Honorable Alpha Ondieki Miruka, Honorable Ikawa Fred, Honorable Clemens Lawyer, Honorable Karoli Omondi, Honorable Mpuri Aburi, I think I mentioned Shakil Shabir. Who have I left out? I can't see you, so Irene, please help me. Maybe as Honorable Joshua Oron. I can't see. Honorable Sudi, Oscar Sudi. Honorable Mwalimu Herrera. Umi Harun. Honorable Catherine Omanyo. Who? Honorable Fatuma Jeho. Honorable Amina Mnyazi. Honorable Kombe. Honorable Machele. Anybody remaining? I think I am done with the National Assembly and Your Excellency the day. Oh, Honorable Boko Milema, you are hidden there. That's why I can't see you. Thank you. And Deputy President, I just want to say that I talked to Baba on Monday evening when he was with Adiambo, and I want to confirm that what he said the same thing to me, that we need to be united as a party. And he told me in Kijaluo, Odwa, and Ot Achia. And then Baba also told me, jokingly, because when I asked him, Baba, how are you? He told me, Amilo, I am fine. In fact, in the morning, I walked all around. I am even surprised there are people who have killed me in Kenya and have already buried me. I want to tell you, as Jokanyanam, that for those who killed Baba and buried Baba before his time, because we are Christians, we forgive you. But we will never forget. But we also want to tell you, that for those who stood with Baba, for those who stood with Baba, we shall never forget. And I want to tell you, and I want to thank you, Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, that you do not understand. I know some of us look strong. I was in State House the morning you broke the news, and amongst the Luo, in the political class that day, I was the only ODM person. Jothurwa ana winjoga kajiwacho ni piny no chama. I didn't understand what piny no chama meant until the president broke the news as we sat around a table. And he said, I have bad news. I think it was 7 in the morning. And he said, but even before he said I knew, I don't know how I knew. And Mr. President, Your Excellency, the longest journey I have walked, if you don't know, was from your office to where I left my car. I almost collapsed twice. I am strong, but the death of Baba is the hardest thing that those of us from Luo Nyanza and in Kenya, those who believe in his ways, have had to deal with. And when you sent us, you removed the women, and I thank you for your sensitivity. And you told us to go and stand with Mama Ida. I thank you for that sensitivity, for remembering Mama. As a woman, I know what it is. We shall never forget. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And God bless you. Let me take this opportunity to invite Ledama Olekina to welcome the Senate. And as he is coming, Jokanyanam, Donguyena Mundagone Baboriti, Donguyena Mundagone Baboriti, Donguyena Mundagone Baboriti, Agone Baboriti, Aguambo, Baba, Wod Mary, Piny Dung Burukionge Baba.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, President Olusegun Obasanjo, the Speakers of the National Assembly and the Senate, all mourners here, the ODM fraternity, good afternoon. I stand here today before I introduce my colleagues in the Senate. I just want to say that I've been shaking ever since I had the news that Baba is no more. Baba taught me a lot. There's a lot that he shared with me. Occasionally when we had private lunches, when we traveled together. And I remember, because this is very personal to me, that on the day that we lost our election at Bomas of Kenya, and I was admitted at the hospital after having been hit, Baba called me and told me one thing. He said to me, my son, what is important is the unity of this country. Your health is more important. Our victory has just been delayed, but it is inevitable. It is coming. Today, I want to speak to all of us here that Baba spoke for us for generations. He spoke for us for decades. Baba is no longer there to speak for us. It is now us, it is upon us to be able to speak for ourselves, to make sure that we do what is right for Baba. Before Baba went, He showed us the way. He brought us to the broad-based government. And I want to tell you, that is where we are. And Mr. President, I want to assure you that, you know, we always say that Baba is right. Baba was right when he was alive, and Baba is still right when he's lying and when he's in heaven. Baba will always tell us, go right, and would not question. And I want to assure you, Mr. President, for what you've done for us, we shall remain united to be able to go the way Baba wanted us to go, to remain in the broad-based government. There are challenges ahead, but we are determined. Let me take this opportunity to introduce my colleagues in the Senate.